Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Because I'm all about that hair. About that hair. No trouble. I'm all about that hair. About that hair. No trouble. How's it going, guys? Hi. Thanks for jumping in here, everybody. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Nuria. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Dawn. Hey, Talisha Scopescribe. She's awesome. Good morning, Talisha. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Sandy. Good to see you. Thanks for being in here. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Lo. Good morning, Nick. Am I going to Summit? No, I am not going to Summit. I thought I was going to a few months ago, but it didn't work out. Didn't get your coffee yet. The good news is I'm darker than coffee, and I have more of a punch. Yeah, I know. It would have been great to meet you out there, Nick, if you're going. Hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Yulan. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being in here. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. The rhythm, the rebel. Sorry, I got a little public enemy inside of me. Good morning, Joey Giggles. Good to see you. Good to see you, Chastity. Good to see you, Chastity J. Good to see you as well. Happy Monday. I'm well, my friend. I'm well. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Coming to GR. Yes, I'm still coming to GR relatively soon. Hey, good to see you, Atman 101. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback for the topic. As you guys know, a lot of the scopes that I do are business-based, but are motivation-based, but there's always a business or monetary undertone to them. Now I'm going to start doing a lot more business-related and motivational-related scopes to give people some quick insights and things that I've learned or experienced in my life. So I just think that's a good, another good thing to consider. So guys, thank you so much for being in here. I'm going to get started. Do me a huge favor. If you like my scopes, you like the title, if you like some of the things that I've said before in the past, today's not going to be a disappointment. Do me a huge solid favor and swipe up or left and invite your friends and your followers. Share this on Twitter, share this on Periscope, and let's get as many people in here as possible, because the whole goal is to share your information, disseminate your information. And, I think by doing that, that increases the likelihood of new things being adopted, and maybe we can evoke some change in terms of people's businesses and what they do in their lives and how things are going. Maybe that's better. I just don't want the sun's killing me. So, with that said, the second thing I'll ask of you is to do me a huge favor and give me a bunch of hearts too. I don't know if hearts still matter, but what matters more to me is that people are in here and that they're able to pick up something that I'm sharing and something that I'm learning. Hey, Beth Hoover. Good to see you here, Beth Hoover 1. Amazing. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Jets fan. Good to see you, Jets fan. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Today, first time here. Oh, Aurora, Illinois. I've been to Aurora, Illinois. Just to let you know, in college, we played against Aurora University, in Aurora, Illinois. I'm feeling, how you feeling, Bo? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you. Good morning, first timer in DC. Hey, good to see you. Jess the Dragoness. Good to see you. DC fashion designer. Jessica, good to see you. First time Toronto, Canada. I'm born and raised in Toronto, Canada. I live in the Washington, DC area now. I am in the DMV. But I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada. Spent most of my life in Toronto. In North York / Downsview. Went to high school, middle school, elementary, everything. And now I live in the U.S. I'm living here for a while. Yeah, I love Toronto. Toronto's a jam. All right, guys. You guys are new in here. Do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat box. I appreciate some of you guys jumping in here and telling me that you're new. If you are new, put a 1 in the chat box. All right, let's get started. Just to let everybody know, thank you for following me. You got to visit Toronto, Jets fan. It's awesome. Just to let some of you guys know, so I can introduce myself to you. My name is ebongeka. I'm a certified public accountant in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also the author of the best-selling business book, Start Me Up, The No Business Plan, which helps people take their ideas and use a four-system process to get it to the marketplace, get your customers and clients, and then build your business. It's a very contrarian view to starting a business where everybody tells you to go out and write a business plan and waste your time. I am also the founder of Economics. We focus on your mission, your mindset, and your money. In addition to that, I also a TV small business contributor. I'm a speaker, TEDx speaker, and I go on TV and I talk about, the economy, small business, and how it affects your personal ecosystem, your personal environment. Today I was going to talk to you guys about what do you do when your idea is not really resonating with some people. And the reason why I thought of this is because somebody reached out to me once who I don't even know. This happens a lot. Someone reached out to me and it was, I'm flattered when that happens. And they asked me, well, I've started this idea. I started this company, and it's not resonating. I can't get customers. Nobody's listening. I can't get anybody to jump on board and support and help. And it got me thinking of a few things I want to share. And this happens to a lot of people when they have ideas. I've had ideas that didn't resonate. A lot of people, even people who've done well, who've had explosive growth, have had ideas that didn't resonate, didn't do well in the long term. But there's a few things you got to think about. Hey, Portia Consults. There's a few things you got to think about as it relates to you when you have a business and you have an idea and it's not working. Hey, VIP. And so it's very simple. There's a few things. The first thing you got to think about is this. Going from a deeper level in your life, in your business life, every individual, you have to appeal to their self-interest. So when you're selling something and when you're marketing something, hey, Caleb Maddox. Hey, so many people, check out Caleb Maddox. This guy he's a teenager, but he sounds like a grown man, like just in terms of his wisdom and the words he shares. And he has very inspiring, motivational stuff. Him and his dad, Matt Maddox, doing a lot of great things. So check them out. I'm really in awe that I've been able to connect with people like this. So I can't think of the word. I'm really impressed with Caleb and his acumen. So yeah, a lot of people love him. So check him out. But the first thing I want to share with you guys is this, and Robert Greene talks about this in his 48 Laws of Power. You want to appeal to someone's self-interest. So that's what happens when people market. People who market successfully, they talk about from a copywriting perspective. They appeal to what's in it for them. So too many people, when I meet entrepreneurs and people who are in a startup space, who are starting businesses, they come up with a new app, come up with a new idea. The first thing they tell me is, there's nothing out there like this. Then the second thing they tell me is, it's unique and it's new. And people would want this. But you have to understand, people will only do what's in their best interest for themselves. What's in it for them. They don't like convenience. They want something that solves a problem. I'm well, Bala. How you doing, Bala? I don't know what it is. So with that being said, when you have an idea and you want to start a company, the first thing you have to think about is this. What am I going to do with this business that solves somebody else's problem? And has somebody told me that they have a problem that I need to have solved? Does that make sense? So it can't be being innovative, being new, being unique are all wonderful things, but it's not as important. Having a patent is great. But if that patent doesn't create a product that solves a problem, then it's just a tchotchke. It's something that you buy at a store that you put on the shelf. And I had a conversation with somebody once at a conference where I spoke at, and she came up to me and she told me about this product she had, and she was stuck. She couldn't get to another level. Yeah, Shark Tank's amazing for that too. And she couldn't get to another level. I did say patent like you. She couldn't get to another level with her business. And she had a little bit of traction, but she got stuck. And I asked her, I said, well, why would somebody buy this particular product? Like, you got to tell me, not the benefits. Tell me what's in it for me. Like, why do I need this? And she told me, well, she went on to spiel, told me a bunch of different stuff. And she said eventually, well, if the Sluggy and the Pet Rock can sell millions, and I was like, that's like the worst thing you should pattern yourself after. It's like this. That example is like somebody saying, winning the lottery is a great financial strategy. If someone can win the lottery, then maybe I should go out and buy 1,000 tickets and I have a chance to do the same thing, rather than thinking about how can I create something that leads to a lucrative payoff by building a business or an idea. So going back to what I'm saying, if you're stuck, you got to think about, does my idea, does my service, does my business solve a problem? And you have to be able to identify the problem. And on top, and then the second thing is you have to be able to find a market that wants that problem solved. Not every problem is worth solving. Not every problem is worth solving for money. Some problems are worth solving, but they're not solved. Maybe they're not worth solving for money. What they're already doing, help what they're doing. Exactly. Help make what they're doing already better. Because you know what? part of it is this. It is hard. Thank you so much, Portia. It's really hard to change people's mentality, to change their path, to change their habits, to change them from doing what they normally do. Let you be able to recognize it right away. Exactly. See, this is kind of the anomaly to this discussion would be the iPhone and Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs didn't invent the iPhone. He created a more sexier, a more user-friendly experience. But again, he had the money to take that risk. A lot of people were starting their businesses. Majority of small businesses in this country, a large majority of them, they don't have that ability to do that. Majority of small businesses are people like you and me who are watching here, who have a few employees, maybe have none, maybe working about, on their own, and they're doing 1099 stuff and contracting, and they're basically they don't have the runway in order to try new things and try and create a new product. And it's okay. But the goal is this. What allows you to grow exponentially is being able to identify a customer's problem and then solving it in a way that that resonates with them. Because when they resonates with them, they end up paying you for that particular product or service. So here's a third thing. So the first thing I said basically is thinking about whether or not you solve a problem, right? Appealing to your potential customer's self-interest. What's in it for them? The second one is solving a problem. As it relates to their self-interest, what's in it for them? Then you can think about, how do I solve your particular problem, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer? You get it? The third is, you want to find out where your market actually is. So I meet people who are like, I'm trying to market, I'm trying to share my message. I don't know what to do. No one's listening. No one's responding. So what ends up happening is, hey, Stephanie, what ends up happening is they jump on, they go down Twitter and they blast out some stuff, and they're not taking the time to figure out what does my customer look like? What does my customer, what about my customer is specific to me? Why does a particular customer need my product and service? And when you start realizing what problem you solve, the market starts to present itself. That makes sense? You'll have a better idea as to who your market potentially is. So these are the three things that I shared. Find a niche, exactly. So a niche that's very well said. So the niche is really important, and here's why the niche is important. Because when I talk to people, when I go out and speak, I talk to people about creating niches, the importance of niches. There's riches in niches. And what people would say is, well, I want to try and cover as many people as I can. They say, if I can, this is $1 billion market. If I can take 1% of that billion, and what you have to understand is this: you don't have the ability to service 1% of that billion, anyways. So what has to happen is you have to have a very, very narrow focus. A lot of the successful companies on this planet had a very narrow focus. They did one thing really well, and then they were able to grow. Google did one thing very well. Sponsored search. That was it. Targeted related search. That was it. There were 15 different, search engines out there who went and found everything. It's like digging in a bargain basement, sale. Right? Just pulling up stuff from the bin. It's the exact same thing, but Google went and they organized stuff. So when you put in a search, you started finding things that were related to what you really wanted, based on what you intended to find. When Facebook started, Facebook wasn't just, thank you so much, Jess. Exactly. Coke didn't introduce Sprite until like 50 years later. They did Coke well. They didn't, Diet came later. It was just actually, all we do is Coke. You drink Coca-Cola, phenomenal. That's it. Facebook, the same thing. Facebook was like, people don't realize when Facebook started out as a social connecting social network just for Harvard students. So Harvard students could know what other Harvard students were doing. That's it. And then the next thing they did is they scaled to the next school nearby. Then the next school, then the next school. Then they realized that they had to grow once everybody started knowing what they were doing. They had to scale quickly. Then they went across the country. Does that make sense? So then they went to that. And after that, then they started opening up to other people. But again, they found out what their niche was. So the thing I want to remind you guys is when you're starting your business, you're thinking about your idea. You want to make sure that you appeal to the self-interest of your potential customers. Then you want to identify what problem you solve for your potential customers. And the last is, number 3, is you want to find a niche. If you can't identify those 3 things, your ability to get your business off the ground is going to plummet. Your ability to get a business that actually that's sustainable, is going to plummet. You have to be able to identify those 3 things in your business to get started. Now look, What ends up happening is this, going back into a motivation mode now. What happens is this, if you identify those things, you just start to develop confidence in your competency. You start to develop an idea that you know what you're doing, what you're talking about, because you're able to identify the 3 most important things when it comes to starting a business. And when that happens, when you hit a wall, when you hit a setback, when you hit something that's coming, a pitfall, a potential obstacle, you know exactly how to push through because the evidence you've developed and found does not lie. Does that make sense? So guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. I want this to be a great Monday for you as you set the tone for your week. You guys still on here? I'm not sure if I'm seeing anybody. Good. I want to make sure you guys are here. So the thing is, I want you guys to have to set the tone for this week. I want you to have an amazing week as you keep going and keep getting started. Because more importantly is this: your ideas matter, but how you execute your ideas is what matters most, right? Mondays is just a day of the week. It doesn't mean anything. It shouldn't be an issue for many people, but many people are stressed. Many people die. Many people have their heart attacks on Monday because they got to go to work. What if your life changed? Thank you so much, Alpreneur. What if your life would change if you had an idea that you could scale? How would your life be like if you looked at yourself and said, I can do something a little bit different? Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate this. The three P's again. Hey, Kathy. The first is you want to appeal to your potential customers' self-interest. Appeal to their self-interest. Find out what they care about the most. The second thing is your idea and your business has to solve a problem. You have to be able to identify what problem that your business or service or product is solving. And it can't be unique or innovative. That's not a problem. Nobody cares about that for the most part. People still do a lot of this. People still use fax machines. You know, it's more innovative to send an email, but people still use fax machines. And the third is you want to develop a niche that surrounds your product. As you're starting out now, you can grow later. I'm not telling you not to grow. I'm not saying stay niche for 50 years. But I am saying is you want to develop a niche in which you could dominate. You could be the expert in that space. Imagine if you were the expert in your space. How would that change your business? If you are the number one person in your particular niche, in your industry, or a little niche of an industry. Like how amazing would that be? How would your life change? How would your income change? How would your revenue change? How would your life increase and grow? You can't be all things to all people, even though that's what we believe we have to do, but you can't. Master, monetize, matter in that order. Yes, exactly. Small is an advantage. It's an advantage. When you're starting out, unless you have money, if you have money, you can hire people, then you can scale. But Kathy, when you're starting out, you don't have the time, or you don't have the time or the money or the energy to service multiple different lines. Whatever kind of work you do, it is very difficult to do that. Now, it depends on what's required. I don't know what industry or business you're in, but it's very difficult to go out and scale when you first start out as an individual person. Unless you got partners, you got a team, then that's different. But there's only so many hours in a day. And the thing is, if you don't master anything, what ends up happening is you become just like everyone else. Self-study for kids, exactly. So that's good enough as it is. I mean, it all depends on what you're looking at. This is my suggestion to you, Kathy, unsolicited, would be for you to look at what makes you the most money, and then push your eggs into that basket for a while. So it depends. So if it's a certain age group, if it's a certain subject, you want to consider. So at some point you're going to be, what about theater? It depends. Theater, you can also niche as well. It all depends on what kind of, because there's a lot of different kinds of theater from what I understand, right? Different types of nuances and sections within theater in which you can bring value to. And so when you're looking for, if someone's looking for, I don't know, I can't think of an example for theater, but someone's looking for, the best composer, for theater, or the person who can, the best set design. They're going to look for the person with the best set design. They're not going to look for the person who does theater. Right? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that shouldn't be you, but that's just kind of like how I'm trying to explain it. When someone's looking for the best something, they look for the best something. When someone's looking for a cardiologist, they're not looking for a doctor, they're looking for a cardiologist because he's a heart specialist. I found travel to be the best for me. There you go. When someone's looking for the best, tax person, they're not looking for the best accountant, they're looking for the best tax person. You see what I'm saying? When someone's looking for the best speech writer, they're looking for the best speech writer, not just for the best writer. So there's the specificity when we're looking for experts. And when that happens, you can increase your price, you can increase your value to what you charge, to what you do and what you charge, and you can differentiate yourself from everyone else. And then you can come down and say, I also do other writing as well. But I'm known for this, but I do other writing as well. The fact that you're an expert and known for something makes you a lot more relevant to other people, if that makes sense. So that's why it's really important. Hey, how you feeling, Jasmine? How you feeling? How you feeling, bro? Chicago's finest. Just like the police, but Jasmine as well. Chicago's finest. Chi-Town. All right, but with that being said, it's just to remind you guys the simple thing is to think about. I know that's the best. That's one of my best Keith Maurice impressions. Just to let people know, it's really important that you think about your business in that way, because if you don't, what ends up happening is you spend your time treading water, you spend your time fighting the current, you spend your time, fighting the tide, when in reality you can just relax and let the tide carry you out to a place where you are the soul, you are on top of that particular mountain. And from there you can grow. But when you have more money coming into your business, it allows you to do a lot more things, like grow, like create, other ideas and other products. But again, if you do not essentially focus, I'm a huge fan of niching. So, hey, good morning, Gigi, good to see you. So with that being said, guys, I want to remind you really quickly. First one, you want to appeal to your potential customers' self-interest. What's in it for them? Number two, find out a problem that they want to have solved. Exactly. Business done logically by emotionally. Yes, not emotionally, but yeah. A lot of people treat their business emotionally. And so you can't make certain decisions from an emotional state, because that always changes. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. What people are telling you doesn't lie. And I always give this tip. You go to Amazon. I do this a lot. I go to Amazon. I take a look at Amazon.com. I'll search for a book that I'm interested in, and I'll go read the negative comments to see what is actually missing. That's what matters the most. It's not about, the good comments are great because I don't know what they're interested in. The negative comments, when you start reading negative comments, you'll start to see a pattern of what people are complaining about and what the potential deficiency is in that particular book. And then that's where you can come with your whatever you talk about and actually address it. Then the language will start to be the same. The language people will use will be the same. And they'll complain in the same way. Then you can identify those complaints, and then you can actually answer them in your copy, in your copywriting, in your proposals, in your marketing. That's how people win. Think of it this way. Here's an example. When someone applies for a job, yeah, thank you so much, Stephanie. When somebody applies for a job, when the resume gets to the HR, they're literally looking for keywords. It's the same thing. You do the same thing for your particular business. Focus on the keywords, and those keywords will help differentiate yourself from other people. Good morning. Hey, Paul. Good to see you. Good to see you. Focus on helping. Exactly. I agree with that too. Focus on helping. Thank you so much, Susan. And so for you guys, that's all I want to basically share with you guys today. Hope you guys have an amazing Monday and dominate your Monday. What if I have Spanish students? I can help students from different levels. I'm not really sure what that means. If you have Spanish students, do you only do Spanish? Hello. Because if you only do Spanish, there's nothing wrong with only doing Spanish. Okay. So you're looking to go somewhere? Are you looking to scale somewhere else, or do you have all the Spanish students you can possibly handle at some point? Because the reason I'm asking is this: if there's opportunity to get more Spanish students, then you are better suited to get those students first before you start to scale in other areas, right? Unless you see an opportunity in which it could be more than making you can earn more money, generate more revenue than having the Spanish students that you currently have. That's kind of the way I would look at it. So it's all about resources and about shifting your resources to different areas. So there's sometimes a lot of businesses do this. They have a new idea and they think it's a great idea for whatever reason, and they create another product, create another service, and they're not necessarily sure. They're not pointing to any particular reason as to why that may work. That's kind of all I'm saying. Hey Camille, good to see you. That's all I'm saying. So guys, thank you so much for being here. If you want to learn more, are you following me on Twitter? I'm not sure. Maybe I will. I'll check it out. Hey, good. Thanks for being here. Online course to speak Spanish. Oh, okay. I get it now. Okay. You see, in that case, it's different because it doesn't require your energy to do more. You got to look at it this way, Anuria. How much time and energy and money and resources does it take for me to create another program, in another language? I'm not sure if you're trying to do another language, but I'm not really thinking. I don't really understand what the question is or what issue that you have. Okay. A lot. Okay, I understand. So it takes a lot to do another language. So first thing you got to look at is, Do I have, like, am I trying to be like the Rosetta Stones of the world where I have all these languages? Am I going to look at what kind of languages do people really care about? On average, I would think, you know, the bigger ones, like the Chinese or maybe French, maybe German, Latin. Hey, Amber Ziza. Check out Amber Ziza. Amber Ziza is awesome. She's Amber Amazing. Some of you guys you saw the scope last week with me and Kara Allen and Amber. We all met up in Tyson's Corner right outside DC, and she's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. Even in person, she's awesome. So, you know, check her out, guys. Amazing, super coach. That's what I call her. I call her a super coach. And, so yeah, I'm out of here. No, so it depends, Nuria. So, I'm not really exactly sure what you're trying to do. Do me a huge favor, Nuria. Reach out to me on Twitter. It's the same handle, ebongeka.com. Follow me on Twitter and then send me a quick message and I'll answer it. Now I'll take that and use that content. So just send me a quick message on Twitter. And I'll be able to answer it for you and give you more insightful information. I'm not really sure what you're asking. Guys, I got to get out of here. But if you want to learn more about my book, get a signed copy of startmeupbook.com. This is where you go. startmeupbook.com. Go check it out. I'll send you a signed, personalized copy. There it is. I'll keep it up here for a while. This is a simple thing, guys. Your idea and your business can work. It's possible, right? If you focus on the 3 areas that I shared with you, if you're stuck and you don't have people responding to your business, what matters more than anything else is you got to appeal to your potential customers' self-interest. That's number 1. Number 2 is you got to solve their problems. People spend money because they want to have their problems solved. That's the only reason why we pull out our wallets. That's the only reason why money flows in the system that we have today. That's why capitalism exists. Everybody has a problem that they want to have solved. So they spend money. How bad the problem is will dictate how much money flows. Plain and simple. That's how it works. Yes, you can get on Amazon, GapTrack. You can get on Amazon. The reason I put this up here so people want a signed copy, they can get it from me. But you can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, the Nook, the Kindle, whatever you want. I can't sign in the Kindle and I can't sign a Nook. But if you get it from me, I can sign it and send it to you. But then the third one is you want to try and establish a niche when you're starting out by yourself. Plain and simple. Those 3 areas. You focus on 3 areas as you start out in your business. Or if you're already in your business, you kind of refocus that area. I guarantee you your business and your life will change. My life started changing when I started doing those 3 things. Identifying, appealing to people's self-interest. What's in it for them? What's in it for you? Right? The second thing is solving your problem. Whether it's through information, whether it's through innovation, whether it's through technology, whatever it is. Solving a person's problem. And the third is you got to think about your niche. Do I have a niche that I'm in? Am I just all things to all people? Jack of all trade, masters of none. Masters of none get paid none. They don't get paid. They get treated like everyone else. If you're a master of everything, right? If you're a master of none, you're just a jack of all trades. There's no, people don't see value in that because there's so many people like that. Okay. So that's basically the key. And you see that in sports. You see that in life. You see that in experts. Plain and simple. The experts are the ones who get paid. They're the ones who get on TV. They're the ones who get attention. Plain and simple. So I want you to think about what you do and how you can own your niche and dominate it. Yeah. Do I have a niche? That's a question you got to ask yourself. So guys, thanks for being in here. I got to split. Love you guys. Have an amazing Monday. Dominate the rest of your week.